So we're going to look at infographics by looking at several examples, and the first one is related to sports injuries. So let's take a look at this infographic. The basketball here is something that pops out, and it's all about sports, and sure enough, it's about the common sports injuries found by ER doctors. So this side of the infographic is where they occur on the body. And on this side, it's what type of injury. So what is being compared? The location and the type of sports injury. So what can I say based on this infographic? So here we're asking you to just take a look at sort of the broad trends and things that stand out in the next two questions, and I'm looking at the left-hand one, and I'm seeing that the head and the fingers and the ankles, they're the most prominent place where you would get an injury. So head, fingers, and ankles are the most common injury. And then if I look at the right one, what do I notice there? Well, that there is quite a variety of different types of sports injuries. So I didn't think that there was that much of a variety. I thought most people broke an arm and that would be the end of it. But no, it looks like there's a large variety. Of different types of injuries. And what you see in an infographic can be influenced about how the infographic is presented, but it's also very subjective. You might see something else in this graph compared to what I saw. Is there anything that stands out in the graph? Well, to me, what stands out on the right-hand side, especially, is this large bar here. It's more than half of the next one. So I would say the thing that stands out the most to me is that strains and sprains are the most frequent. It's not just a subtle increase, it's a significant increase. What features make the graph effective? Well, as I think this basketball is a good indicator, it draws the eye, so I think sometimes just a simple graphic does the trick in order to help you remember what you're looking at and concentrate basically your eye onto what's important. I think that the color is also made a difference, that these circles here are in red make it effective. You look at those percentages. And what are the features of this graph that are not effective? So not all infographics are perfect. I think that what's the most significant problem, and this is what's very common in infographics, is the size of these red circles. This 14% circle is the same size as the 7% circle. Really, to be more effective, I think one should be twice as large as the other to show the size difference. So I think the bubbles, which is what I call those red circles, do not reflect the percentage. I should say the size of the bubble, I guess, does not reflect the percentage. And there's no information about where on the left that information was taken from. So is it from the ER or is it another source? And what prediction can you make in the future? Well, it doesn't have anything about time on this, so you can't really make a prediction except if you say that you're going to assume that nothing changes year to year. So not much, I think. except to assume, if you assume that the stats aren't going to change. Okay, then you could make a prediction about how many concussions you would have next year. It should be this should be the same, and the emergency room can plan for it.